Hey everyone, it's Dara. How's everyone doing today? If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Dara K. Fulton, and on this channel, we talk all things motivation, as well as some creative stuff in the mix, as well as my new series, Entrepreneur Life. And on this channel, I love to do impromptu videos because it seems like a lot of you out there really like these impromptu, unedited videos. So today is Saturday. It is approximately 10:35 and I want to just have a motivational chit chat. So I am here with my favorite bear mug. He is so cute. I love mugs, by the way, just to let you know, and I'm drinking some chamomile tea. Just one moment. Because there's something that is really heavy on my heart right now, and I can't come on here and be like, because I don't feel like that. So I'm just going to talk about a topic that I think we all need to face and be willing to accept, even when it hurts. And that is one word: truth. Now, I know, I know that the word truth means to tell the truth, to be honest, right? And we always like to say, be honest with me, tell me your truth, or stand in your truth. But here's the problem is that there are a lot of truths that doesn't always feel very good to us. And there are times that people will say things that will really make us sit back and say, wow, I didn't know you felt that way. And although being honest is a good thing because it's important that we know the truth, but the downside is that it can really hit home. So let me just talk about pretty much the truth of certain things with myself, and hopefully this will resonate with all of you. Before we get started, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. I promise you won't regret it. And thank you so much to all of you who take the time to comment on my videos. I love you all so much, and I really, really appreciate all that you do and all that you say on my channel. It means so much. Forgive me if I look a little sleepy or if I sound a little emotional because I feel emotional. And normally when I feel this way, I do not come on camera. But you know what, friends? There's been so much going on in my personal life that I simply don't care now. I think it's good to be honest and say it like it is and to be honest and truthful. So here we go. Here's the thing, friends. I'm all for honesty. I'm all for honesty. I think it's important to be honest with people that you love and care about. But it's not so much the truth that can be hurtful. Sometimes it's the way you present that truth. And I know there might be some out there who might say, listen, I'm an adult. I can say it like I mean it. I really don't have to care about your feelings. Yes, that's true. But I'm a feelings type of person. I care about feelings. And I don't like when there are people who feel like they can just say what they want, however they want, and then have this attitude like, well, I told you the truth. Or they try to reverse and say, I didn't really mean it that way. I actually meant it this way. And see, that's the part that makes me want to shout because I think that if you didn't mean it, you wouldn't have said it. Okay. Being honest doesn't come easy for a lot of people. I'm aware of that. And then for some people, it's very easy and they have no filter and they just say whatever. And then you got people who are kind of like in the middle. I'm an honest person. I like to be honest with people. I love to be honest with myself. And of course, I'm a believer, so I'm always honest with God. And even if I try to be slick and say, no, I'm not going to be honest, God is everything. Okay. So I'm sure He will know if I'm being honest or not. Okay. But when we talk about human interaction and people that we know, especially people in your personal life, and I'm going to go a little personal for a moment because when it comes to the outside world, outside of YouTube, outside of the public figure lifestyle or whatever, right? You always have people out there that's just going to say whatever they want because this is the life, right? And whether it's true or not, we don't have to stress that too much because if there's no personal connection or you don't really know if the person cares about you or not, we don't have to really care so much. What really pains me, and I'm sure that will pain some of you out there, is when it comes from people who you really give a damn about, who you really love and care about. And I think that's been my struggle. It's not random people saying things to me that makes me feel sad. It's the people that I really love and care about. And let me just say full disclosure, just to put it in better perspective. I'm a business owner. My company is called Apply DSL. It's an online English tutoring service with a creative approach. And it took me 6 years to launch. I launched last year. And as a result of that, I became an LLC, limited liability company, as well as published my first ever book for the business. It's a student workbook called the Apply ESL Life Skills Student Workbook. Okay. It's my pride and joy. Being an ESL teacher, English as a second language teacher, is my passion, always has been for many years, since June of 2005. And it's something I take very seriously. And I'm aware that to some people, it's not a big deal. They may think it's not that serious, it's not that important. And being a classroom teacher, there's struggles that come with that, and then transitioning, to online teaching can pose a bigger challenge. I'm aware that there are people who feel like online learning is pointless, it's stupid, it's just not important. And my argument to that is, well, if we can go on YouTube and watch tutorials, if we can download apps, if we can read our books on our Kindles or our Nooks or on Audible, right? If we have podcasts, how in the hell can you convince me that learning online is pointless when we pretty much surround our life in the online spectrum? Okay. The other thing is, I would be the first to tell you here publicly, I do not look for anyone to really care about my business unless you choose to. I would never shove it down anyone's throat, because I know that the kind of work I do is more of a smaller community. It's not something that's very heavy, like say entertainment business or like the fashion industry or the makeup industry. Okay. um it's a pretty small community, it's a small niche. And I'm aware too that some people may not see the big deal or the need to teach adults, because I do teach adults only, the English language. Okay, now that I said all of that, what really hits me hard is when there are people in my personal life who make comments to me as if to say it's really not that important, or they say things that's very hurtful, or they assume things that's not true. um I think it's fair to say that if I can turn on this camera on my phone, right, and I can be honest and direct with people who I never met in my entire life, just perfect strangers, okay, about who I am, what I do, and why I do it, then I think that it says a lot that if I go to someone who knows me personally, that they should not be so quick to spew their truth about how they really feel about what I do. I hope I'm making sense. And again, let me just say now, I'm not that sensitive. If you don't care, you don't care. But let's stand in the truth, okay? If you don't care, just say so. If you do care, say so. But you can't kind of straddle the fence and say, well, today I care, and then tomorrow I do, but I support you, but I really don't support you. You got to make up your mind. The other thing is, it's already hard as is, whether you're a business owner, whether you're just an everyday person, to put yourself out into the world, whether it's through social media or not, and say, hey guys, this is who I am, and you should listen to me. It's already difficult. We all could use a support system. And this is where truth comes in. You have to be true to yourself first and foremost, right? Because that is what's going to radiate out of you and how people are going to respond to you. But what really irritates me, it pisses me off, is that when you do that, and then there are people who claim to care about you. Oh, I care about what you do, and I care about what you stand for. And then when you try to share the love and show the product or show what you're doing, it's like, eh. But if someone else does it, oh, that's so magnificent. It really hurts, and I think this is where my truth comes in. It hurts when you work so hard. And I'm the type where I love to share. So I'm not a selfish person. I like to share the love. I like to include people. I would feel like, what I'm doing is part of a community, and I'm all about community. So if I win, you win. If I eat, you eat, right? It really hurts like hell when I try to do that in my personal life, and I tend to not get that response. But if I speak about it, somehow I'm the bad guy. Somehow I'm delusional. I'm just making things up. It's very hard, okay? And I don't mean that's just for my business. I just use it as an example. I'm talking about the whole package, the whole Dara Fulton, okay? It's just very, very challenging. And going back to my original point about truth, yes, I am a believer that you should be honest, and yes, some truths will hurt. So here's what I would say to all of you out there. If you feel the need to tell someone, even your loved one, that you don't care about them, you don't care about what they do, and you want to stand in your truth, fine. Just keep in mind that that can be very hurtful. But if you don't care about that, you just say, look, I'm going to be honest and be honest. I would prefer that truth than to be fake and say, hey, I love and care about you when you really don't, right? So that's just me. Um, the most important thing I will say to everyone is that you have to be true to yourself, because see, you owe yourself that. We can't control people. We can't control what people think of us. All we can do is control ourselves. That's all we can do, is control ourselves. And as much as we may not want to hear certain truths about ourselves, even if it's for good reason, it's challenging, yes. And if it's coming from a good place, even if we don't like what we hear, we can at least take a deep breath and say, okay, let me at least consider what the person's saying, right? But if you're just saying things and you really mean that, and then try to turn around and say, well, I didn't really mean it like this. Well, actually, this is how I really feel. But I'm going to lie and say otherwise, because that's what I'm going to do. You see how confusing that is? That's very confusing. So, in conclusion, stand in your truth always. Be honest. Honesty is truly the best policy, but keep in mind that we do have something called feelings and emotions. And, if you okay with hurting people's feelings, then by all means go for it. But I also think that there's a tactful way of being truthful with someone without hurting them, without putting down what they do, without making them feel like them trying to include you is somehow a bad thing, if that makes sense. So that's all I want to really say in a nutshell about this motivational chit chat. I don't know if this is really a motivational type of video, but I just feel it's something that we just need to face. So I guess that's the end of this video, friends. I love you all so much. I thank you for your support of me, and even if you don't support me, it's okay. If you're watching this video and this somehow resonates with you, thank you for watching, because you don't have to. And just know that we are all going to be okay. I'm a strong person, but you know what? It's hard sometimes, okay? I have issues with depression, and I feel and I cry, and it's hard. This is a hard process, and I will be talking more about this in upcoming videos, especially for my Entrepreneur Life series. But it's not easy. My life right now is not very easy. It seems easy, but it's not. I'm still recovering from a surgery that has really impacted my life in a major way. I'm newly married, and there's a lot of ups and downs with that. That has been a big struggle. I'm not going to lie. And I'm just going to be honest. I don't care if that bothers anyone. It has been a huge struggle, and I'm trying my best. That's all I'm going to say. And then there's my business, trying to get it off the ground. But I am the company. So when it's just it takes time. If your health interferes with that, okay. I'm just going to touch on this very briefly. I was thinking of doing a separate video, but I'm going to just touch on it in this video. Let me just say now, I really send all my prayers to everyone out there in the world who really, we all are going through this whole coronavirus situation. It's a very serious, serious thing happening. And we need to be cautious, and we need to do the right thing and listen to our governments, and listen to our doctors, and just follow protocol, because this is something that doesn't seem to be going away anytime soon, and the harsh reality is people are dying from it. So my best advice to everyone is not to scare nobody, but just be aware, follow the rules, practice good hygiene. If you're a person of age, try your best not to be in places that can give you that exposure. We all are in this together, but for seniors or people who have weak immune systems, you are more at risk. Okay. Just be safe. That's my best advice. Be safe. Just know I'm thinking about all of you, because I know so many of you, not just here in the United States, but across the world. So just know that my prayers are with you and your families. Be safe. Take care of yourself. We are all going to be okay. If you are a believer, okay, prayer is powerful. However you pray, whatever religion you belong to or no religion you belong to, just know that there is a higher being, and his will be done. Amen. Love you all so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for listening. Because right now, that is the best thing for me right now, is just being heard. Thank you so much. Love you all so much. I'll see you in the next video.